gardening. Not everybody can garden. There's a lot of things holding you back. You don't own any land, or your property is just too small. You don't have much space. You live in an apartment. It only has a small deck off to one side. There's lots of things that can stop someone from gardening. But I was asked many times by friends, family members, friends on the internet, YouTube, Facebook, what can they do if they really want to garden and they live in an apartment with a terrace, or they're renting a house and don't own the property, and the landlord does not want them to dig it up. Well, I'm going to show you a couple of alternatives, and believe me, that's going to save you a lot of headaches, and that makes almost everybody capable of gardening, even when it comes to raised beds. Not everybody can have them. But if you stick around, I'm going to show you a couple of things that you can do if you want to garden. Well, this is one way. You can make portable raised beds that you can move anywheres. All you need is some sort of drums or containers, any size you want. Myself, I chose 55-gallon drums. All right. They have 2 filling ports and a seam that runs right down the middle. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut my barrel in half this way, all the way down. Because then this will be my bottom, and this will be my bottom. Then I'm going to build a frame, set it up, secure it in place with screws, and I can use this as my drainage. And then fill it up with dirt, put it on a wooden frame, and yes, if you want, you can even put wheels on it and move it anywheres. Myself, I won't have wheels on mine because I own my property, so there's no need. Some of the tools that I'm going to be using today is going to be my measuring tape, a level, a chalk line, because once I measure my distance here, all down the side, I'm going to use a chalk line so that I can use my jigsaw to cut these barrels in half. So right there, with 3 barrels, I got 6 raised beds. I have 10-foot deck boards, 10-foot spruce 2x4s. Now I'm going to show you what you can do to start yourself gardening. All right. First off, I'd like to thank everyone for dropping by. And this is what we're going to be using. Now, you don't have to use a saw like that. You can use a handsaw. You can use a skill saw. Anything you want. Now, what I'm going to use is my level, measuring tape and pencil. I have my deck screws, my drill, again all my lumber. I got glasses, I got my barrel, and I got a pair of safety glasses. So anyways, let's get started and cut some lumber. Split that barrel. and let's make a couple of raised beds. All right, so I made all the legs, and I decided to make the legs 3 feet high. I kind of took a measurement on my waist and looked at the tape measure, and I figured, you know what, 3 feet high for the portable raised beds would be perfect. That way it'll be great for weeding and maintenance and moving around. So that's what I'm going to do. Now, I also took a measurement of that barrel. The barrel's also 3 feet high by 24 inches wide. So I'm going to make a box frame to hold it. And so right now what I'm going to do, I'm going to split that barrel, cut the barrel in half with my jigsaw, make a couple of cross members, and then I'll get back to you. Stand by. All right. So I followed this line here, and from here to the line, and then from here to the line is 6 inches. Now what I do is I take the seam and I put it on level. There, it's on level. My table's level. So now it's just to draw a line. Roughly from top to bottom. Give or take. That's it. All right. So I made my cross section on both ends, chalk lined the middle, And time to cut her in half. All right. Okay, so there's my two halves. That's going to be my drain. I got one on both. What I'm going to do is also in the very bottom, I'm going to probably use 1/4-inch drill bit, and I'm going to put a sequence of holes in the bottom for drainage to both pieces. Okay, so I'll do that next, and then I'll continue on with the frame. All right, barrels are done. Now I'm going to continue on with the frame, and then I'll get back to you when it's ready to assemble. That stuff that you see on the table is soap, because it was all washed and rinsed inside with detergent soap. All right, this is what I got so far. Okay, so there's the frame. Okay, that's what I got. And inside, it's also screwed to the cross member. So I'll stand it up and I'll show you what I got. All right, so that's it standing up. Cross member there is for the weight. Holes inside, and it's screwed pretty good. 9 screws per side. So now I'm going to put a brace on the bottom across here, same as the other side, and then I'm going to finish off the top with the deck boards, make it real nice. Now all I'm going to do is screw her down and put on my 2 side pieces. All right, there you go. That just finishes up the top pretty good. You know, it straightens it out. It secures it. Lots of strength in here now, you know. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a couple pieces, one across the front, one across the back, and that's what I'll do next, and it'll just finish it off. So the braces are on. This is complete. So I'll stand it up and we'll take a look at it. All right, so that's one raised bed complete, done with a half of a 55-gallon drum. And that's the inside. It's now completed. So I got the other half to do, and then I want to show you something else. And I'll get back to you. See you in a bit. Now, this is, if you can't make yourself permanent raised beds, then make yourself a couple of portable raised beds. I made them 3 feet high, so you can lean on them. It's easy, you don't have to bend down. You can put them on your deck. You can put them anywhere as you want. If you want, you can even put a set of wheels on it. But very light. Now, if you fill them with earth, they're going to be heavy, but I'm pretty sure two people can move them around. But if you got to move them a long way, just take the dirt out, put them in a pail, move your raised bed, portable raised beds, and then when you decide where you want them, then put the dirt back in. But if you don't want to go this route, maybe try something different. Something like this. Right here is, I got 7-gallon, and what it is, well, here, I'll tell you what. Let me just show you. Okay. Now these here are fabric growing pots. These are 7-gallon. It's got 2 handles. You fill them up with earth, and you can put them anywhere you want. If you just Google, or just go to YouTube and Google fabric growing pots, you'll be amazed. Once you fill them up, like that's a fair size, you know. That's a fair size. 7 gallons. You got 1 gallon, 2 gallons, 3 gallons. I think there's 5 gallons, 7 gallons, 10. You can get it up to 200 gallons. You know what I mean? You can get them the size of a swimming pool if you want. But it's a nice size, nice height. You fill that with dirt. You could put fruit trees in here. Put them on your deck. You could put 2 pepper plants in here, 1 tomato plant, microgreens. You know what I mean? You can move them around. Excellent idea. So the thing is once you fill them up with earth, then you decide what you're going to have in here for your plants. When you water them, they will seep. Okay? So you got to be very careful and keep an eye on your watering because it will dry out very fast. All right? It's like your clay pots, all your flower pots. You got to water them every day. And if they're outside, sometimes you got to water them twice a day because of the weight of the water will go through your type of soil and it'll seep out of the bottom of your pots. All right? Well, same with this. This is kind of like a felt. So when you fill it up with soil, put your plant in, when you water it, it will seep. So you sometimes got to water them twice a day when it's nice and hot out. And let's say you can't do that and you're going to be gone for, let's say, 2 days. You have to go and there's nobody that's going to be around to take care of your plants. Well, you know what? You can work around that very easily. If you get yourself a Rubbermaid, all right, put it here, fill it up with water, let's say halfway, then you can take your pot right inside. See that? Fits right inside. Now, your soil will slowly absorb all your water. So as the sun comes down and starts evaporating on the top, when your soil needs the water, it will wick it up. Excellent idea, and it's a perfect size. It's light. You put your dirt in there, you can move that around anywheres. But if you check it out on YouTube and Google it, you're going to see a lot of gardeners that prefers using grow bags over raised beds. Myself, I like my raised bed. Works great. Now I'm going to have these two where I can move around the garden area. Right now my herbs and everything are planted, but I'll think of something to plant in this for the season. But yeah, so for everyone that lives in apartments, you can think of this. Or make yourself one of these if you want to put them on your deck. Anyways, it's just a thought. They're inexpensive. I paid 35 Canadian dollars for 10. And from what I've seen, a lot of people had them for over 4 or 5 years now, and they're still using the same ones. You can get them in all different kind of colors too. You can get them in red, brown, white, beige. It's endless what you could do with them. So anyways, I just wanted to let you know that if you want a garden and you cannot dig the soil, get yourself one of these. Or get yourself some grow bags and a Rubbermaid, fill it half with water, put your plant in there, like look, fits like a glove. So anyways, that's just a couple of ideas. So it was just a small project that I wanted to do when it's 31, 32 degrees Celsius outside. So never fails. Well, Thanks for dropping by, guys. What do you think? Leave me a comment if you would give this a go or give the grow bags a go. I think it's a good idea, both ways. So anyways, for the people that say they can't garden because they live in an apartment or they're renting a house and they don't own the property, try these. So anyways, thanks for dropping by, guys. Give me a thumbs up. Take care. Bye now. At the end of the season, it stores nice in your shed. You can even throw them in your laundry if you want to wash them out. Doesn't take up no room. You can leave everything right in your bucket and just put it in the closet somewhere. Later, guys. Bye now.